This is confirmed. This is on the wires right now, and we can confirm this story. I was just asking both of you, is this it where Iran is concerned? But news is coming in right now. Breaking news, Iran has started its second round of attacks against bases holding U.S. troops in Iraq. The Tehran-based Tasnim agency is reporting this right now. The second round of attacks started an hour after the first phase took place. So, Major General Fraser, this is not it. I was asking you, was that it where Iran is concerned? There is a second round of attack that's really coming right now.
Well, as I said before, I mean, Iran had their number two guy killed, and they were going to, retaliate over it. And tonight we're starting to see it. So this is a message for their own population that the killing of Soleimani was not going to go unavenged, and here we are. And so the second round is not again a surprise, and this is not over. This is going to take some. We got a lot of days ahead of us, and again, there's going to be a lot of information without that's not verified or validated. So we should all just kind of take a deep breath, count to 10, and just try to pick up the facts and figure out what happens next. And that's exactly what's going on inside of Washington.
Sure. We are, of course, awaiting. There's a possibility of the president coming out and making a speech later tonight. We'll await what he has to say. But meanwhile, this is news that's coming in right now. Confirmed information that a second round of attacks has started against bases that hold U.S. troops right now in Iraq. So as we were discussing, Iraq, of course, is the casualty here in all of this that's going on between Iran and the United States. Second round of attacks have started an hour after the first phase took place. Mirzad, your understanding of how far Iran is going to be taking this now? Second round of attacks have started.
Right. So if these reports are accurate, and if the targets are more of the same, meaning the same type of military bases in Iraq, Iran is trying to sort of reinforce the message. Remember, there is a psychological war now going on, right? Each side is trying to intimidate the other. The U.S. carried on the assassination and then threatened the Iranians. If you do anything, we will respond. Now that the Iranians have called the bluff and they said, okay, we have attacked you. Now, if you attack us, here is going to be the repercussion, right? So there is a logic to the madness, and this sort of cycle of breaking news is going to be with us for some days now, as the two sides really measure each other up and decide what really course of action they want to take and where they want to draw the line. So that's how I read it.
And this is where I want to bring in what the president had said a few days ago after that strike on Soleimani. And Major General David Fraser, this is for you. He said that striking Soleimani was important so that we do not start a war, but we stop a war. And here we are.
Well, no one's declared war.
Sure, but the fact that air bases are being attacked, tit for tat taking place, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So listen, United States and Iran's been fighting a conflict. You can call it a war, but the type of war that we're talking about, like what we just did in the Gulf War and whatnot, this is different. Now, the first attack by Iran tonight was expected. The fact that now there's a second wave. The Americans would have anticipated this. The Americans would have had already, within the 52 targets that they identified the other day, less the cultural sites, now the Americans are probably, honing in on where those missiles came from. And because there's a second wave, they can actually claim self-defense now. And they're going to fire back in self-defense for the protection of their troops on those air bases. So, this is what normal military people do when you get attacked. You expect another attack, and then you go back and you defend yourself. So this is going to go on for a while.
All right. I'm going to request our gentlemen to stay with us if you can. We'll try and touch base later with you, but there is some information that's coming in for which we'd like to go to Washington in just a couple of moments. But thank you so much for joining us, Mirzad, as well as retired Major General David Fraser.